What I want to do is I want to kind of transition into your fast forward now. You're out of baseball. You're back home, so to speak, in Inland Empire. And what are you doing right now that is kind of fueling your motivation or kind of fueling your faith, or what is it that's giving you that drive that you had with baseball now that you're not in baseball?
Yeah, and I'll rewind a little bit just
Okay.
to lead into this point.
Yeah.
But throughout my baseball career, because I was blessed with the talent, like I mentioned before, blessed with the opportunity to play the game at the highest level, I felt like that's what I was born to do. That's why God put me on this earth, was to play baseball. So for the longest time, even earlier in my professional career, that's what I lived for. I'm like, I'm a baseball player. That's what I'm known as. That's who I am, what I do. So I lived with that mentality until like I wasn't good at baseball. And at that point, like when baseball becomes hard, baseball becomes tough, like things aren't working out like how you think they're supposed to work out. It's not easy anymore. You start questioning like your purpose in life. And I'm like, well, if I'm not good at baseball anymore, like what is my purpose? And I remember wrestling with this for about a half a season. I remember finally getting this revelation, and God said, your purpose is not to play baseball. I'm gonna utilize baseball, or you're gonna utilize baseball. You're gonna be given this platform so you could shine my light on earth. Once I realized that, it just released this huge burden off of my shoulders, because I didn't have to worry if I was good on the baseball field. I didn't have to worry if the fans liked me. I didn't have to worry if these paychecks were going to sustain me for the rest of my life. All I had to worry was taking care of myself and shining God's light, revealing his light to those that don't see his light because of the game of baseball. So I call myself a bridge between the baseball world and the faith world. I'm able to unite unbelieving baseball fans with God through the game of baseball. Once I realized that was my purpose, it released me from so many burdens that I was carrying just being known as a baseball player. So once I started doing that, I started getting more involved in my church, especially with youth. I started with FCA, so Fellowship of Christian Athletes at the local high school, King High School here in town. Just going in and talking to them about my experience, how my faith has kind of played out in the sports world, and how just basically motivation for them. You still can be faithful. You still can live a God-fearing life while you're playing your sport. So doing that to start, and then I got invited to doing youth at Sandals Church, which at the time when I got invited, I'm like, there's no way. Like I'm too old. I have no relatability. Like I can relate to these other youth that play sports because we have a common factor here. But if they don't play sports, like I'm not going to be able to relate to them.
Right.
I'm too old to connect with them. They're going to think I'm, this old geezer just doesn't know what they're going through. Can't really, impart any wisdom on them. But I said, you know what, I'll do it just so I can shut this youth guy up. He's going to keep bugging me until I get out there. Right. So I actually went one Wednesday night, and from the moment I walked in, like the discussion, the kids, how I was able to impart wisdom, it just reminded me of all those others that played a pivotal role in my life and how I turned out. I could play that same role for these kids. I work with teenagers, 7th through 12th grade, and I've been doing that for about 4 years now. And like these teenagers, I like to look at. I don't want to be their dad. So that makes me too old. So I'm the big older brother.
Yeah.
That kind of is just walking, life with them right now, and just trying to be the positive mentor that they need in this world. Because we're seeing it right now, how much brokenness, sin there is in this world, and they need positive influences, people speaking truth into their life, guiding them to where they need to be guided. I like to take that role, and I'm not always perfect doing it, but I think they know that they're going to get everything they have out of me. They could turn to me like they would any other family member. So it's been incredible for me personally. I hope that they have the same experience as well. Doing that a lot more now. A lot more community outreach type stuff. Like I mentioned about the little boy in the Dominican, just kind of completely shifted my focus on how I can use my platform, how I can use my blessings in life to help those others in need that maybe not don't have those same blessings or need a helping hand every once in a while. So community outreach through our church as well has kind of been a huge passion of mine, especially since I'm back full time now. I'm diving into that more and just trying to bless our community any way we can.